just taking chances. Like, I took so many motherfucking challenges, like, you feel me, where it was just like, shh, we don't know if this shit about to work or not.
But
like,
you gonna take a chance.
But yeah, we taking that chance for sure, cause why not? Yo, it's your girl Leach from Leach Productions, and we in here with Ed with the Firehouse.
I'm on a whole nother vibe, live. I think that you should subscribe. My neck is umbrella, what's his butter? My bitch is Cinderella, put the butter. I'm just applying pressure, never let up. Let's go.
Welcome to the Vibe House. Only real ones sit on this couch. Tonight we got a very special guest. You know, the person that's responsible for art pieces, a lot of videography, you know what I'm saying, custom rugs, etc. We got Leach Productions in the building.
What's up?
What's going on? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm high foot. Now you don't care.
Word up, word up. What's been going on with you?
Shit, just been grinding for real, just per usual shit.
Word. Give them some background. Let them know about, you know, Leach a little bit.
Shit, well, I'm from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, born and raised. I came from the west side, moved to 69 South Young, so I went to Hillcrest. Moved at Hillcrest, played in college. Stopped hooping, then I got into the business side of things.
Word up, man.
And I just decided to, you know, start taking what I could do serious type shit, like my talents and shit.
For sure. So from being a female hooper to a female director, how was that transition?
It really went hard for real, because I already had the mindset with me being a hooper and shit, like, that built me to always have that mindset, like, tough and through shit, you know, be real, like, hard rock with it regardless, because with me hooping and shit. And then especially when I played college, shit, just having that coach, like, she was just so stern, like, she really would, like, build you up type shit, make you hard type shit, so that built my mentality already to be strong as hell to just deal with life shit.
Word up. We got to toast up to, you know what I'm saying, strong-minded mentality, because that's what it takes to keep going out here. So, talk about, you know what I'm saying, relationships you done made, you know what I'm saying, with this videography or this female director journey.
Like from what? Like what you mean? Like
as far as artists you done met, you know, directors.
Shit, I done met a variety of people, to be honest, for real. And that was just off of me just taking chances, for real. Like, little people know, like, it really be about networking. Like, when it all come down to it, be about networking, just taking chances. Like, I took so many motherfucking challenges, like, you feel me, where it was just like, shh, we don't know if this shit about to work or not.
But like, you gonna take a chance.
But yeah, we taking that chance for sure, because why not? You know what I'm saying? That's just always been my mentality, and I don't know if it's just because I'm an Aries, but I always been the type to, you know, if it's an opportunity or something right there in front of me and I feel like I can achieve it or at least try to, I'm gonna hop on that shit.
Word up. So when you pulling up to a video set, what you expect, you know what I'm saying?
To be honest, it depends on videos. It kind of be rocky, you know. I'm expecting, of course, you know, good vibes and, you know, just for it to be a good, you know, good shoot. Everybody expecting, if you're a videographer or a director, you're expecting everything to be perfect, especially if you've been planning it and stuff like that. But majority of the time, 75% of the time, it don't go as planned. So, you know, the only thing, you know, I had to learn this the hard way, because I would literally plan some shit hard as fuck, and then some shit don't go right. And then I'm like, damn, what the fuck, that'll fuck everything up. You feel me? But then I always been the type to always figure it out regardless of, you know, if it fucked up. But I'm mad as fuck that it fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I'm like, I don't know, you just have to
learn patience.
Yeah, for real. You just gotta learn patience and then just go into it with a positive mindset, for real. But you know, it just depends on how the vibe going, for real. But you always want to go into it with a positive mindset of it's gonna be a good shoot and stuff. Yeah, stuff may go wrong, or stuff may happen to where this don't go like it's supposed to go, or this don't go like it's supposed to go. But I mean, that's gonna happen regardless. So you should already I just got my mentality set to, it ain't gonna go perfect, but make the best out of what you got.
For sure. And we talked about running gun shoots earlier, you know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts about running gun shoots?
Shit, to be honest, I mean, I don't have issue with running guns, shit, because I still shoot running guns, you know what I'm saying? But it just depends on, you know, what you and the artist come to agreement with, and also how you want your look, overall the look. Now, on the more creative, like I did do running guns, but now I'm trying to go more into the creative side where I'm like treatments and we setting up like more like production wise. So I've been up into that deep because I just, it just depends on how you look at it, how you look at the video shit. Like, cause it be hella hard videographers out here that don't shoot just the treatment storyline videos, but they videos still be hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But it, like I said, it just depends on how you look at it.
Sure.
But the way I look at it, I'm trying to go like the creative route with the shit.
Gotcha. What made you pick up the camera? Was it school? Was it, you know what I'm saying, you was taking some kind of class in school or?
Hell nah, to be honest with you, that's what I'm saying. The first thing I was doing was art.
Word.
And I've been doing art since I was little.
Word.
And I always had told myself, regardless, like I wanted to be able to show people my art, So art was really the first thing I was doing. And then I ended up picking up a camera eventually while I was doing art. Cause then I always just, had a thing for like taking pictures and shit. So I just felt like, I could do that shit. Plus I knew people around me, they was photographers. So I kind of fucked with it. And then I just picked it up. And I was taking pictures at first and then I eventually got into videos.
Word up, word up. You talked about taking chances earlier. What you feel like the biggest chance you done took?
Really with my first time I really just took a chance, I feel like that was my riskiest one. Because the baby he was coming to Mobile, Alabama. And this was like, this shit was so damn long ago. I think it was probably like 2019, maybe. Shit, I don't really know, 18. And then this was like when I first was like starting these productions, period. You know what I'm saying? And at that time I was only doing really like art for real. Art was like the main thing I was doing, and I was taking pictures. I was doing like video shit, but it wasn't serious. You know what I'm saying? It was just strictly like art and pictures. So then he would come to Mobile, and I was like, man, I gotta figure, cause I knew going into the business shit, like, you gonna have to take chances, you gonna have to network, you gonna really have to put this shit in their face for anybody to notice. Then I know that we in Tuscaloosa, so gotta put that shit in their face. You know what I'm saying? So I just took the chance going up there. I ain't even had no car around that time. My car was fucked up. So I had made a post, I think, on Facebook. I was like, shit, who could drive me to Mobile to the baby concert? Shit, I pay for your ticket and sell and gas, all that.
Somebody gonna go for
and
that.
Then, whole time, boy, still to this day, shout out, Rue. Jada, you know who the fuck you is. Him and his girlfriend literally we had took off late as fuck that night. It was probably like 11 o'clock. And he drove 3 hours to Mobile. You feel me? And they just went. They ain't even give a fuck about the concert. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they were just going. They stayed in the car. You know what I'm saying? They literally just drove me up to do that, and then we came back. And still to this day, like, you feel me? Like,
that's so stuff to him. Big shout out to Rue and his girl, man. That was real, man. That's how you keep your people going.
He real for that though. He took me up there. I linked in with him, been locked in with the baby and them ever since. So I definitely say the baby probably was the biggest risk I took. Cause that was the first one. So I ain't really know what I was going into, period.
Word up, word up. And I see you got a relationship with Big Yavo. What's that relationship like?
That down there twin.
Word.
That down there twin. Yeah, we really got a genuine relationship though. Like if I could say one artist that I know for sure that's genuine as fuck, he one of them. Like he dead ass genuine. He support me for real with everything I do. Like he dead ass support me. So shit, I respect him for that.
Word. And I seen some y'all had did together called The Pot, which I thought was dope. Talk about that and what gave you that idea.
Shit, really? I had been thinking about doing some little podcast shit, cause then I'm like, shit, I really wasn't documenting stuff and documenting times that I be around certain people and shit. And then people would be like, man, you need to be vlogging, you need to be doing this. You ain't
need to see that.
You ain't taking no pictures, you ain't doing nothing, you just doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, because I was never big on the camera, being in front of the camera, period.
Nah,
for real.
Yeah, I feel you.
So, I ain't really give a fuck about it. But now I came to terms with, like, now I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, I have missed a lot of shit I should have documented. You know what I'm saying?
There, yeah.
But shit, say what you said again so I can go back to the question.
We was just talking about the relationship with Yavo and then...
Oh, yeah. So shit, the pot really was just something I randomly came up with, and I was just like, shit, I be around a few people, so shit, I could just do a podcast where we just casually sitting there talking and smoking and shit and just having smooth conversation. Like, all that shit literally be off the brain. It really don't even be just like no questions that I'm just sitting there looking at. Like, I have certain key points, but half of that shit just be out the stream. Like, we just be sitting there genuinely just talking it, and I just randomly think of question type shit.
Dope. So, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes, we was just chopping it up, and you know, you mentioned that you feel like it's not hard to break out of Alabama no more. You know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts on that?
Really, well, to be honest, it's hard to break out of anywhere, period.
Facts.
But it's all, like I said, at the end of the day, it comes to your mindset. Where your mindset is, like, if you really put your mindset to it and you can see yourself past Alabama, or you can see your work getting seen by more people, even if you stay in your state and don't even move out, because a lot of people think, oh, I need to move to Atlanta because I'm doing this shit and this shit gonna help me pop out. Like, no, that shit there, to me, yeah, it worked.
But you can
But
pop where you
at the same time, it don't, because it's just like, if you got all your clientele where you at, why would you up and leave all your clientele to go to another state when you don't got no clientele yet, and you still bouncing back and forth like a motherfucker, and you still there majority of the time because you got all your clientele here still, unless you over there just doing hella free shit, trying to get your name out there, and that's an L, but it's a W at the same time, but it's still an L because you gotta get stuff done at the end of the day. So, I don't know, I just feel like it's about your mindset, how far you want to get with it. You just, it's like I said, it's all about networking at the end of the day, like forcing your shit, sending it to people even if they don't respond, or just being like, yo, I'm trying to work, or I'm here and I'm trying, just networking, period. It's all it takes.
For sure. You feel like they finally looking at us now? You know what I'm saying? We had Cap to go, Rollo to go, we got Yavo putting on, Lil Soldier, etc., a bunch of folks. You feel like eyes on us now?
Oh yeah, for real. The dough really, it's really kicked down, but it's, if it,
Dope
it's
did,
not though.
kind of.
You know what I'm saying? But when it really do get kicked down, that shit gonna be crazy, because a lot of people is looking down here at Alabama now, because people fucking with the beats, people fucking with how the Alabama rappers, you know, how they flowing on them, like they fucking with the sound of it.
Yeah.
So that's dragging more people down here regardless. But I mean, honestly, for real, it's righteous, like the new ATL slick, because people really fucking with like Alabama artists and that shit.
For sure.
So I wouldn't say it's hard, it's just all about like how you do this shit. Like how you put yourself out there.
Word up. And it's super off topic, but I'm gonna go to something that's just been going on often, and it seems like it's just continuously going on. How you feel about this mass shooting stuff, man?
Man, that shit crazy as fuck. And then honestly, I be sitting there wondering like why. Like the big question at the end of the day, everybody be wondering like why. Like why you be doing that shit? Or why would you sit there and go to a public place or do this shit to these people, or purposely go to this older grocery store, or you feel me? Like why are you just, you feel me? Like it's like, why are you feeling like this just okay to do type shit? You know what I'm saying? Or like why you feel like that's the best, that's what you need to do to take out whatever frustration you got in your body. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, it's like prayers, because it's just crazy, you know. It's a lot of shit going on regardless, like around the whole world. So, I don't know, but it's definitely fucked up though.
For sure, yeah. I'm sending prayers out to the world, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, let's move off peace, let's move off love. This mass shooting stuff gotta stop. It ain't cool. It's hella lame, you know what I'm saying? So, we touched on mass shootings, you know, and, you know, it's a lot of other youth, they watching what's going on. The pandemic's been going on. It's been pretty hard to be a child right now, you know what I'm saying, in this environment. If you had to give a message to the youth, what would it be?
From like, what you mean as far as what perspective?
Just, you know, on living life as far as being able to do whatever you want to do, or just whatever.
I say don't ever like try to sleep on yourself. Like you creative in any type of way, go after that shit, do that shit. Like at this point, no procrastinate. Like in life now, with the way phones and how this social media stuff working, it's already little kids blowing anyways. You got boys on TikTok cutting people hair in the bathroom at school. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, if you can do something, do that shit. Even if you ain't got the money to do that all that shit at first, cause trust, I ain't had the money to do this shit in the beginning. I went the cheat route for a long ass time to where I was just trying to figure that shit out the cheap way. You know what I'm saying? Even now with us being in Tuscaloosa shit, we ain't got access to all types of high tech shit and high tech ass like big ass studios and all that. So you really be having to network and just do what you can. A lot of times I be having to like build sets and stuff because you know you don't want to go all the way to Atlanta all the time. You know what I'm saying? Even spend all that money up there. You know what I'm saying? So just do what you can. You always gotta start from somewhere regardless, and then you work your way up. It ain't gonna be no fast process. Don't think you need to go into it with the highest thing or the most expensive thing and thinking that's the route, because a lot of times that's not the route.
Right.
Because you gotta learn and like say you gotta build. You know what I'm saying? So it's a process, of course, that ain't gonna be sweet in the beginning or hella people just going, oh my God, you feel me? Like you're not gonna get all that in the beginning. It's gonna be rough. You're gonna have the ups and downs. Of course, even when you get that, you're gonna have the ups and downs. So just stay to it. Try to show it off, you know, even if you just post some pictures and just try to stay on it.
Word up. And you said something that really stuck out to me, you know what I'm saying? Not about like just building your own, using your own resources instead of going to Atlanta or whatever. You know, not spending that money and just being creative and inventful and using your own resources.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. What you know about that Connect photo?
I'm straight on with that shit for real.
Word up. We finna find out. Let's get to it. So, I'm Red. You know what I'm saying? You the guest. So, I'm gonna let you rock out with that yellow. And shit, we gonna get at it.
Oh, this shit.
You go first whenever you're ready. Get over there. See what we gonna do. What's going on? I ain't played in a little minute. Okay, I see you. Trying to do something early. Let's see. That shit getting real fast. I'll tell you that. I don't know, I really like that move right now. Okay, good move. Hey, she came to play, y'all. She ain't playing around with me. See what we got going on. It's one of them games I feel like can go either way. Either way. She ain't saying too much. She focused, quiet. Let's get it though. The House way. Ellen did it again.
And it's crazy because I thought I was gonna get his ass.
Yeah, I thought you was for a minute. Hey, quiet, back to back. Hey, we got another one. The House way. Appreciate that. That was fun for sure.
Shit, I appreciate you having me on this bitch. And I don't even do interviews, so shit, this really my first one.
Man, that feel good to hear. That's big. I'm glad to have you. I definitely respect your work.
Yeah, appreciate that shit.
For sure.
Shit, all the motherfucking videographers out there, everybody got my respect in motherfucking Alabama. If you on your shit, you doing your shit, you gotta be and do that shit. I respect you, especially if you doing it for real. Like you really about that shit. So, be respect the freak. You behind the camera, another T-Time videographer for sure. So all the respect, everybody. Even though to myself, I see all that shit and respect everybody for real. Keep doing that shit.
For sure. Before we all the way wrap it up, is there anybody you want to shout out?
That's all I question. I don't even know.
It probably was a shout out.
That was it right there.
All good. I'm going to shout out my few people, you know, the Sar Flamingos, all the brands that's doing their thing, you know, the homies that's active out here doing their thing, all the entrepreneurs, and everybody that's been following the Vibe House, being patient with me and just continuing to rock out with me. I appreciate it. And world, let's stop these mass shootings, this shit lame, and just like that, we out the Vibe House way, Least
and
Productions.
to all the artists too, You might not have the support that you think you want right now, but you gotta keep doing that shit. Like for real, you gotta keep doing that shit. Even if you ain't got the money that person want, you know, if you don't feel like you got the funds for that shit, all you gotta do is be genuine. Connect with that person, talk to that person, chop it up. And you don't know, shit, they might work with you. But you just gotta be serious with that shit. It can't be no on and off. You have to really be serious with that shit. So all I'm gonna say is, like I said, you gotta build that support system. It ain't gonna come easy. It ain't gonna come fast. And shit, it's gonna be hard, but you just can't get that shit up.
What she said. And like that, people, we officially out. The Vibe House way. Least production in the building. We go. Like that.
Let's go. Yeah.